Hey guys, for this video we're going to take a look at this iBorn bird feeder station, show you all the parts and pieces, get it all set up, get it outside so you can see how the birds like it. iBorn was nice enough to send me this for free so I can make this video showing it to you. Now we have 4 hangy pieces over here to put whatever bird feeders we want. We have 2 pieces that will be going into the ground to support our structure here. We have a couple of poles. We even have a fleur de lis. Is that how you say it? That's how my American self says it. I was going to say other things, but we'll keep it with that. And yeah, it looks kind of nice on top. Look, it has this like little cast style. Anyway, that's the very top of it. All these guys are going to thread together. And then we have 2 baskets. You have a little feeding basket, and then we have a water basket for bath and drinking purposes. So we got each of those. We get all of the hardware in the bag here, and of course the ever important instructions. So let's get started. We're starting at the bottom, and the 2 bottom pieces actually come tie wrapped together, so they'll be right next to each other. Take off that tie wrap and spread them out so they make a little cross here. Then I have it on the bench so we know that all 4 points are nice and even. And then in the bag we got a bunch of these wing bolts, and we're just gonna thread it in right off to the side here, get that guy in there, and then tighten it down so the pieces are locked together and don't move on us at all. And there we go, step 1. Just like the Jeffersons, we're moving on up. We have one of these poles here. It's threaded on one side and a female end on the other. We're just gonna slap this guy on here and thread it on nice and tight. I like the threaded style better than another one that I have. I think it'll give us a more rigid, solid structure. As I'm looking through these instructions, there's a lot of do it however you want stuff going on, because we're going to have 3 more poles like this, and then the last pole is the one with our fleur de lis on the top. So everything else, like all of these little hanger pieces, are going to be able to slide on these poles, so it's totally modular and adjustable to whatever size you need. The only thing is you have to put this piece on last, because obviously those other pieces aren't going to slide over the top, but we can slide them up the bottom and then connect them here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and screw in all these other pieces, which were probably above the camera, but it's more of what you saw earlier, just threading this thing on. And then I'll adjust the position once I get these other 2 on for you. One quick sidebar: if you're constructing this in a room with a ceiling fan, pay attention to what you're doing. Okay, so here, look at all these rods. They all connect, right? And we're getting tall. We are getting tall. So we don't even have the top one on yet. And that's another thing, is you don't have to use all of them. If you don't want it this tall, then just don't use one of these. So it is adjustable as far as the height's concerned. Now, if we want to put these baskets on, we'll just make our life a little easier here. We can just slide this guy over the top, just like so, and then we just put it anywhere we want, and then add one of our wing bolts from our set there. So I'm going to add this guy and the water guy. Got those 2 all set up. Now, one thing I can guarantee you is going to happen: you're going to get this in place, and then you're going to want to move. You're going to be like, oh no, it'll look better if it does this, or I should turn it this way, or I should bring it higher or lower. Totally simple. Just loosen this bolt like a half turn, slide it wherever you want, tighten it back down. Easy, piece of cake. So I'm going to put this portion off to the side now, and we're just going to, whoa, ceiling fan, and then we're going to just work with this piece for a second, and we're going to put on these other hangers. Check that out. Look how amazing that looks. Now, you'll notice these can't all be on the same plane because they slide up one after the other. So I have them stepping down in a circular fashion, but you could do opposing sides if you wanted. You can get creative. But now all we have to do is stick this on the top. Now look at that. You can see how close it is to touching the ceiling. The height is 79.5 inches if you go from the tip of the fleur de lis. People are going to get tired of hearing that. To the top of these right here. I measured from there up to the very top. That was 79.5 inches. I didn't measure to the floor because that much is going to be in the ground. You know, that's your anchor. That's your support. So it's also another thing. Obviously, it's going to be a little lower, but I'm just about 5 foot flat, and I can't reach that top one. You're going to have it to where you can hang stuff. So most people taller than me, not going to have to worry about it. People shorter than me, maybe you use one less rod to bring things down to your level. Let's get it set up outside. Alright, we have the Eyeborn bird feeding station all set up with all Eyeborn bird feeders. The yellow one on the left is their tube style thistle feeder, but I have Niger seed in it. In the middle we have their suet, cake suet feeder, and then on the right we have the fat ball suet feeder. And then I also put a little bird seed in this tray at the bottom. So we'll leave the camera running for a while and see what kind of birds come up.